Once it's done, before Thanksgiving.
Just cross it off. And then I have a few of those too.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Hopefully.
Hi, Monica.
Hear us, okay.
We can hear you.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Now we can, yes.
I need to email you.
Okay. Hey, y'all. Happy
How are you doing?
Thursday.
Are we still on for next week?
Yes, I was just gonna send you guys a text or an email.
We're planning for it. We just wanted to make sure. We just wanted to verify. Okay,
Yeah.
send us a text or email or something and we'll be there.
Okay, I just confirmed it with her yesterday.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right, y'all okay?
What's that?
Been doing okay?
Oh yeah, we've been doing okay. Just really extremely busy. It's the end of the year, and so we're being very strategic. You know, if we have things planned, we make sure it's on the calendar and make sure we make it there or whatever. So yeah, that's doing well. How about yourself?
Good, good. Got some plans for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it's been a good year. We can't complain.
Good.
I'm gonna go get some water and go sit down. I'll see you later. Send us let us know, any more details or whatever. We tried to get some brochures done before the meeting next week, but we haven't been able to. We have them designed already. So I don't know if we're gonna get them to a quick printer so we have something to give them.
Right.
Besides our, we're gonna try anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be next week, say live. You already planned to see it. I'll make it. I think we're going to Exchange Club, generally speaking, so if I go to the Exchange Club that morning, that's easy. For whatever reason, like we changed this up a couple days. Like right now, we're taking it to our house. We have friends coming out from Mexico on Saturday morning. So we have half of one room left upstairs. Upstairs is done. Half of the downstairs is done. I'm not going to but I took it out. My granddaughter left, so all her stuff was left. We have rearranged. Let's get all that. Half of my office is now in her. My office is
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
That's what happened. It's on the second slide.
Oh, thank you.
Just do it quick. Yeah, this is Brad, 31 years, 61.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's
Five
Right. Well, you know, watch this.
Oh. We were just talking about his love of being humble. Now he's passed on. I was maybe fond where I wanted to be fond I think I'm being set up, right?
Yeah, right. I thought so.
She was running a lot of stuff down in Galveston last week.
Oh, that was fun.
So she has a lot of experience. And she knows the difference between touching and fondling.
Yes. He's helping us get our food washed. Not even helping, he's doing it.
I did not get that updated.
Oh, boy.
Hi, Sue.
Chris put together. That's
Yes,
right.
that's-
Hold on, let me go back.
I'm still-
Hey, thank you. Lori, the reason I asked was, we had another company we use, but I'd rather use your company, your husband's company, to do the girls too, so I wanted that information.
Hey, Mayor.
How's it going?
Little thing.
It's
Good.
going good. I was on my way there and they called me to work on something for our clients. So I had to sit at home and I thought now I've got to do it on the Zoom.
Hear you. Hold on.
Just a lot of different dimensions.
Hold on, I'm gonna get the volume.
Something there.
Oh, we can hear everybody actually, but that's okay.
Yeah, she just couldn't hear. She just couldn't hear me individually.
As opposed to something.
Monica, I can ask you then, what do you do? Because I don't know. I would like to.
I'm Medcore Preferred Hospice. So
Okay.
we're a hospice company.
Okay, very good.
So now you're picking package.
Okay,
Say something? Sue?
Sue, say something.
What would you like me to say? Good morning, everybody.
Well, we can't. Sorry, let's see.
Having technical difficulties.
We can't hear you guys. That's my problem, and it's on my computer because my volume's not up and I don't know how to turn it up. That's my problem.
As soon as you say, any questions?
Yeah, great. Does anybody know how to use a Mac and get the volume up on the Mac?
Do we have any yet?
I can do it when I got my keyboard, but I don't know how to do it on this keyboard.
It might be better when everybody's
Yeah.
not talking on the other side.
It always has a lot of users.
You're right. We have time.
It's probably like one of those volume or something like that combination.
Lori, are you seeing a lot of people wanting to move right now before the holidays, or are they waiting?
I think I have a lot of people that will sign 11/30 and move the first week of December. I mean, if they don't move in December, the prices are gonna go up.
Oh, is that how they do it? They do it yearly?
Well, they raise prices at the end of the,
Okay.
Okay, say something, Sue.
Good morning, Bill.
Much better. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sue, is there somewhere where you guys have like a list of the cost for your services?
I just email it out. We just do an hourly rate basically.
Okay,
And depends on the number of men that we need to do a job.
okay, because I might need that in a little bit.
All right, if you want to email me or call me at the office, I can go over and see whatever you need to help you out.
Okay,
I turned it up on my computer, but I don't know about that. I don't know why it's not there.
Do you need my phone number? It's 713
uh-huh,
266
uh-huh.
1450. And if I'm not there, Debbie or Jan will help you out. Like on Thursday, I don't get there until about 2 till I finish all my meetings.
Okay, it's okay. Okay, great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Can you watch and see if we have anybody come in? while we're-
We have a senior that is living with a person who, is trying to be, helpful. But the lady is suffering from Parkinson's and she's got her sleeping on a massage table.
You might want to ask Lori to help find the right community for you.
Yeah, we've got somebody working on that, and we're trying to do it kind of as soon as possible. So when that happens, we're gonna need to move.
Yeah, that's the best we can do.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
It was before.
It was before, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh. Maybe the soundbar wall.
Well, it's got it plugged into the thing that's in the wall. So I think they'll be out of here for 4 or 5. Okay, let's get
You want me to go maintenance?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh. Well, we're gonna go around. Oh, okay. Good morning, everybody. How are we? Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Senior State Concierge meeting, and this is really the central meeting, but that's going to change. We'll talk about that later. But good morning for taking the time. What we want to do, especially for us speakers that read it often, so what we're going to do is go around and do a quick introduction of yourself, and that's just your name and your company, okay? Then we're going to let Red do his presentation, and then we'll talk about Senior State Concierge. We can do some more thorough video.
No.
All right, and if you would, put yourself on mute, appreciate that. Okay, so let's start in the room first, and we'll just, again, just name and who you're with, and then we'll go around the person. So real quick, I'm Bill Graff, Senior State Concierge, and CBNA Realtors Graff. I want to do again, we'll go back there.
Did you see Paula's response?
Frankie, could you mute yourself?
I did.
Hello, good morning, everybody.
So used to the volume would come out of the TV. Now we're only getting it out of the computer. I don't know if you can plug it to the, I don't know if you can, how you can make it work to come out of the TV.
We answer, I don't know.
All right, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
don't worry about it. It's worked in the past, so we're not sure, but don't worry about it.
Yeah, that is different than what I got.
It is, we are recording. Careful what you say about me.
Now, make sure you speak up because they can hear you. Can you hear us back there in the Zoom? Can you hear us?
Can you all hear us okay? Yes? Okay, good. Okay, Shannon, take two.
Oh, okay. My name is Shannon Kava. I am with Great Station Advocacy and I'm an end-of-life dual education adult.
Good morning, I'm Joel Berry. I'm an independent insurance broker. I specialize in life, long-term care insurance, and also short-term home health care insurance.
Dawn Bloomer, interim healthcare. Cindy Andress, interim healthcare.
Wayne Arrington, First Light Home Care, Northwest Houston, the Woodlands, Katy, and Cypress.
All right, I have Boomer Connection TV for senior, high senior.
Dale Stoltenberg, senior wellness consultant.
Alan Berger, Financial Flexibility Services.
Fred Laughlin, speaker, writer, publisher.
Weston Gray, Ortego and Miracle. Roland Taylor, I'm brand new today. I'm Miracles Without Limits, and I teach people how to live with cancer. It's my daughter, she doesn't know.
Caroline Ortego and Garrett Walker.
You're good.
Do you want me to go?
Yes.
Keely Jones, Business Development Director with Brookdale Senior Living. Thank you for coming to my community. And I have the Heights, West Houston, and Sugar Land.
Mary LaSalle, senior estate concierge.
All right, online, Sue, you want to start us off?
Sue Levine, Pack and Send Movers, packing, moving, unpacking.
Monica?
Yeah. Monica Evans with MedCorp Preferred Hospice. We'd like to educate everyone about what benefits there are for seniors for hospice care earlier than the last moments of their life.
Lori?
I'm Lori Ferris.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, did you
Go
say?
ahead, Lori.
Okay. I'm Lori Ferris, the founder of Senior Living Specialists, helping families navigate the maze of senior living communities.
All right, Boyd, you want to go now? Go ahead.
I'm Boyd Hanley, the Hanley Law Office. Thank you.
Shauna, you there?
Yes. Hi, Shauna Jefferson, Chefs for Seniors, North and Southeast Houston Metro.
Good. Frankie? Or
Louise.
Louise?
Lady
Either,
Louise.
Lady Louise. Either one? You're both on mute.
Frankie, how about you? Well.
Did we lose you guys?
Next, just tell us who you are and the name of your company.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Strauss and I'm with All Organized.
Come on in.
Thank you.
Yeah. There's two
Okay.
seats here, there's one there.
Well, very good. Again, welcome and thanks for everybody being here. You may or may not be aware, this is Dementia Month, Alzheimer's Month. So Red O'Laughlin is our guest speaker today. And he's going to talk a little bit about dementia, right, and Alzheimer's. All right. So go there. Let me get your.
Yeah.
Let's see, where is it?
He deserves a really good introduction.
Who? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Yes, you may while I do this, please.
In front of the camera.
Well, sorry. I'm trying to.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, my pleasure to introduce Ray O'Laughlin. Rather than a physician or a member of the medical community.
No, I don't think so. I don't
Ray
think so.
is a researcher. He works on the cause and effect rather than symptoms. He retired Navy captain with a pilot, 31 years, 61 different countries, 5 degrees and 7 different certifications. And he's written a number of books. One I enjoy most is called The Joy of Ageless Health. He's an expert in the wellness industry, but an expert in the writing of books. He's a book strategist, and he actually shows people how to develop the book and get it published. So, he's married for 53 years. He has 2 children and 3 grandchildren. Come and welcome Red O'Rourke.
Appreciate that. How do we work the changing of the slides?
I'll do that. I'll do it for you, but I think I would.
Well, we all know that Alzheimer's is a debilitating disease. However, when we start looking, I researched human body for several years. If you can treat cause or stop something from happening, then you may have a delay in end result. And so I'm looking today at 6 of many different causes of Alzheimer's. And if you could stop it at the very earliest level, and we'll figure that out.
Keep talking. So that they can see you on the camera and closer to the microphone for the audience.
I certainly can't, no problem whatsoever.
I think
Will they see the back of me?
Yeah,
That's okay.
Well, it's a slide, so it doesn't really matter. It's a slideshow.
I'm gonna have to move these for you. Okay, I'll just do it for you. Okay.
Everything's fine on this part of the.
Go team.
Okay. fantastic.
We'll figure it out.
Let's go to the next slide, please, because that was the one that we introduced everything with.
Jeez, you know, the best laid plans.
2 speakers today.
That one doesn't work.
She just hit enter. It should
Great.
Try to hit in.
It should just be enter.
What's a Mac, so it could be this.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you
Just
go.
gonna have to do it this way. Sorry.
Hey, this basically I just talked about a moment ago. But if you could get at the front end of something, maybe instead of having a serious disease at 65, maybe things can extend and you have a better quality of life into your 80s. But you have to take that action early. If you don't know what you're doing, how can you? You may go down like Alice in Wonderland. If you don't know which way you're going on, people will get you. So in our particular case, with health, there are certain things that we can do. Next slide, please. And with Alzheimer's, there are several causes. I just have to list about 6 or 7 up there in the order that I think they're important. Now, all disease starts at the cellular level of the body. Every single second of every day, every cell in your body is under attack from inflammation. I'm not going to go into detail, but those are the things I'm going to be talking about. But let's jump ahead. First 2, I guess genetics is the first one on the slide. Inflammation is the one, if you're going to take action today, that's the one that's most important. Going to the next slide, genetics. Fantastic. We have a gene, most of us have it. It's called the APOE gene, a polyprotein, and there's 4, actually 3 different ones, E2, E3, and E4. This gene, 50% of people with Alzheimer's have it. However, when you look at the genetic makeup of people, the specifics say that E4 is the one that is the most concerned. So if you have one E4, there's a certain percentage. They're saying, you know, over 50% of people with E4. Now the other 2 generally don't have a problem. So if you pick up a genetic tag from your parents and it has to be E2, then you have a problem. If it happens to be E2 and E4, well, that's one E4. Probably might be a problem, but if you have to pick up from your parents 2 E4 tags, now you probably have a decent shot at, if you live long enough, Alzheimer's might become part of your life. Now, any kind of genetic, whether it's breast cancer, Alzheimer's, a half a dozen other diseases that have genetic markers, epigenetics is probably the key. A gene is just simply a switch. It's in your DNA. You turn it on, you turn it off. Our lifestyles turn on and off genes. If you're smoking, you get diabetes, you're overweight, you don't exercise, you don't de-stress, a lot of things turn on and off these genes. So if you're constantly in a stressed environment, you're overweight, you got diabetes, a couple other, it doesn't matter, high blood pressure, there are things that keep that switch turned on. So you do have lifestyle changes that can turn switches off. Next slide, please. Now, what I'm offering are generic awareness issues from the educational perspective. So, will this work for everyone? No. Will it work for most people? Probably. So, from the perspective of what I'm presenting, these things are what, from my research, not necessarily from what your doctor or NIH or CDC or FDA or whatever. Anyway, when I look at inflammation, again, cellular level responding, how do you attack something? Well, free radicals cause it. Free radicals come from breathing, exercise, negative thoughts, foods, toxins, underarm deodorant, shampoo, anything you touch, you wear, has toxins in it. Creates inflammation in the body. These are free radicals. Free radicals are really easy to handle if you're using the right kind of diet. Antioxidants. So I list a bunch of things up there. Resveratrol and curcumin are two that I make sure people know. Just because you buy a pill that says resveratrol or curcumin, read the label and make sure that it has pepper in it. Black pepper extract. If it doesn't have that, you're probably wasting your money. It's not that much of curcumin or resveratrol is actually bioavailable to the body. But if you take curcumin with resveratrol, probably one of the strongest antioxidants out there that I know of. This is about 2,000% more bioavailable. Between curcumin and gamma mangostin, that's probably the two most powerful anti-inflammatories. And without getting into a lot of detail with the cyclooxygenase 1 and 2 responses to inflammation, there's a lot of things that those two do that nothing else even comes close. But all of them do. Next slide, please. If you don't handle inflammation right, the next step along the way is oxidative stress. And that's generally treatable with lifestyle issues, balanced nutrition, toxin removal, those kinds of things. Again, you're still at that level. Inflammation that happens all the time. But when you start getting up with more inflammation is there and not getting out of the body, and it builds up, and now you have a plus in the column of inflammation that you don't really want. It's called oxidative stress. And that's where a lot of diseases start. But you may not see that disease for 4 years. It takes a long time for that 1 or 2 or 3 cells to get big enough that you can actually detect something if you were looking for it. Now with the brain, we start noticing little things that are clues, but that's part of normally growing old anyway. We just ignore most of those. But with oxidative stress, when it starts getting into the brain, we start having some problems. Because whatever is passing through the blood-brain barrier is actually in the brain causing problems. So at this point in time, we have some level of issues, but you can take action to stop it. Those are the things that I have here. N-acetylcysteine, renal cell, acetyl methionine, proline, and coenzyme Q10. Now, coenzyme Q10 you can generally buy it for $10 a bottle, $30 a bottle, probably $30 a bottle. Because the formula for that is in the CoQ10 is $10 bottle. That particular chemical, you only get about 8-10% bioavailable for the body. The other one is already been converted to what the body uses, and that particular one, you get it 40%. Even though you take 3 times, you get 10 times the amount actually. But PQQ, one of my favorite ones that I can't believe another molecule that I like better. It's an antioxidant that replaces itself. Now, vitamin C can replace itself 6 times. It's used as an antioxidant and inflammatory, and then it's supplied another organ and it's used again and again and again. PQQ is one of the few molecules that pass through the blood-brain barrier, and it can regenerate itself 25,000 times. So, in the right environment, PQQ is a fantastic brain anti-inflammatory antioxidant. It's found in green bell peppers, partially or 2 of the primary ones. Next slide, please. Now we start talking about chemical imbalances. These are things that your body is deficient in, or you're overloading, whatever it may happen to be. And we see this a lot of times with any kind of age-related disease. maybe they're vitamin B12, for instance, it's called B12 in a pill cannot pass through the stomach acid without being destroyed. So even though it says B12, so you have to take some or through an injection. But B12 deficiency mimics Alzheimer's. A lot of times you say, the doctor really want to on a B12 shot. That's one of those ones to find out what the exact cause of that problem. But deficiencies happen all the time. And as these things happen, certain things in the brain begin to become alert. The acetylcholine is one. There's a lot of interactions with acetylcholine. So as things start to happen, that's going down another path that can contribute to Alzheimer's. So the things you can do, you want to increase your acetylcholine. You can do that with things I have listed up there. There's some other herbs, but again, we're taking preventive measures up front. We don't know if we're eating properly, most of us don't. But if you have balanced nutrition, and what I strongly recommend is called the Wallace Protocol, WAHLS. Dr. Terry Wallace is an internist. Late in life, she came down with MS, and then what the doctor did, it got worse. She studied autoimmune disease, wrote a book called the Wallace Protocol, and she talks about diet, exercise, stress management, toxin removal. And within that, she managed after years of literature to get up and walk in 3 months. She was in a walker, and then later she was in my wife, between the first day of radiation, started on just a diet, balanced nutrition, over 30 nutrients of body needs a day. She had been taking 1 or 2 2-hour naps through months of chemo. Starting on day 1, radiologist said it would be part of the virus. That was the only side effect from all drugs that I could not control. 48 hours later, her fatigue was gone. She stopped taking naps. A week later, she was working at the church. The last day of radiation, we left Houston, drove to Jacksonville, Florida, 1,000 miles. I went to U-Haul. She followed me 500 miles each day by herself, 48 hours after the last radiation. All because of diet, balanced nutrition. That's one of the most crucial areas of our lifestyle that we ignore. Next slide, please. Excitotoxicity, like toxin. Sometimes these things really get out of control. And with excitotoxicity, when they get out of control, the cell really has no choice but to die. Apoptosis. And in some cases, it's too much calcium. In some cases, glutamate is in Chinese food or MSG. So people you probably see that have a reaction to it. Those are side effects of that excitotoxicity. But when you get into the brain cells, now you have a really interesting problem because a lot of cells are destroyed. These slides are available to anybody who wants them afterwards. Just please see the bill to make sure you get a copy of it. Now, if you want to do a little research on your own, GSK3, that's glycogen synthase kinase 3. A lot of research being done right now on that particular molecule in Alzheimer's. We're lucky because lithium happens to be one of the balances to GSK3. Options I listed up there, GABA, amyloid, uric acid. Go ahead and move to the next. But again, balance is what you want in your life, particularly with the food you eat. Okay, this is the one we usually hear about most of the time. You have amyloid plaques in the brain. Most people, when they hear Alzheimer's, they're talking about some level of like a plaque buildup or whatever somebody you're talking to. Well, there is a precursor when you look at the chain of command, the road you go down, as the first one is the amyloid precursor protein, APP. It normally does its job. It cleaves a very large, super large molecule in half. And when your body is in normal operating mode, everything's fine. But what happens when things get a little out of hand? Well, now all of a sudden, the plaques not only cleave when they're not supposed to, but they also get sticky. And that's when they start lumping together. And in little places, not a big deal. In fact, a lot of autopsies have been done on perfectly healthy people. They open the brain and they got plaques all over the place. but it didn't disrupt their lives. So it's not necessarily the fact that we have plaques, it's where those plaques are and how many of them. But we do have some level of control over the mechanism by which APP cleaves and keeps them unstable. And the ones that I have listed up there, the omega-3s, DHA, picoso, anyway, omega-3 fatty acids have EPA and DHA. Because of hyper. Pentanoic acid. Anyway, between the DHA and EPA, the DHA is the more favorable one for brain health. In most cases, going in both of them. Ferulic acid is something I've just found this past year. It's fairly easy to find in some foods, but apparently it's a real wonder drug. I used to think that phosphatidylserine, the last one, phosphatidylserine, the body makes 4 different phospholipids. Phosphatidylserine is one of them. When it gets low in manufacture as you get older, that particular one has a tendency to create Alzheimer's symptoms. If you give somebody phosphatidylserine typical, generally 30 days, 60 days, they're back to normal. It's that fast. My brother-in-law, Catholic priest, they normally retired at 75, he was retired early for 70 because he could no longer function in the role of Catholic priest. So a couple of years after he was in this level, he moved in with one of his brothers. He started taking phosphatidylserine. Couldn't even tell you what the deal was. No concept of it, probably. But after a couple of months, he could tell you what was on TV last night, what he had for breakfast, what was on TV tonight. Basically a normal functioning person again. Again, one of the things that we normally make in our body, it's not really supposed to do it. DQQ again, CoQ10, green tea is probably one. I drink 6 different kinds of tea every day, all of them set up with some level of age-related disease. Those are the things that have some documented on constraining the development initially, or the stickiness, or the level of distribution. Those are things that you might consider. Again, I'm not prescribing anything, I'm not a doctor, I'm just going from an educational perspective. These things have some level. Well, particularly, I want EGC, green tea. They did some rat studies, and they put a gene in the rat where the rat actually developed Alzheimer's. They found out that beta amyloid literally sits on the end of the neuron like a glove. It's almost a perfect match. And so it gets on there and starts squeezing the life out of it. And you get another, all of a sudden, you're losing a lot of nerve cells. But in the presence of EGC gene, it changes the molecular structure of the beta amyloid protein. Just enough where it can't get on there. So all of a sudden, now it can't get on and stay on. So you have a situation where it's corrected and prevented. And on top of that, where that old neuron died or apparently died, it's either regrown a new body or it's been replaced. So now you can have a replacement mechanism on top of that. So green tea is a major one for brain health. Next slide, please. Tau proteins, that's another one of the ones that we hear, well, it's not the beta amyloid, it's probably tau tangles. And the fibers that go through our neurons, these micro pathways, that's where our nutrients get to all parts of our brain. When you have phosphorus, is one of those chemicals that when you get too much of it, it starts causing a problem, and proteins that the tau represent end up starting to get wound in the quality of your fibrillary tangle, that tau tangle. And as such, once you start having those, and you have the plaques from beta amyloid, now you have two things, one pushing the other one. So they both are independent, but if you have this one, it's going to make this one worse. What can you do? You hear that sugar sometimes is type 2 diabetes. It's a brain issue with too much sugar. So controlling insulin is a good way to control brain inflammation. Acetylcarnitine and the other ones are generally fairly good. Now, I mentioned earlier that particular gene, APOE3, if you have that gene, it's not only a factor in brain health, it's also a factor in heart health. But both issues occur at the same time. So when you're reducing the beta amyloid, you're also giving some level of heart protection too. That's like the so what can we do from a lifestyle perspective? I don't have to read every single one of those. But basically, balanced nutrition, exercise, remove toxins, stress, de-stress every day. Those are things that anyone in this room can do. Okay, so you can't have a McDonald's, but you don't have to have a McDonald's 6 days in a row. And in most cases, you keep something up 6 days in a row, good. If you want to splurge on something and have no problem. The kinds of things that I listed up there are items that are easily found and have some level of health benefit to it. So if you're looking for improved brain health, those are the things. The last slide. And we're going to see, right? All right.
See you later.
Questions real quick, that's okay.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you. First off,
It's very interesting.
it's very good, so, but yeah.
I drink 6 white tea, green tea, oolong, pu'er, gynostema, and bouchon.
Where do you find those at?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Starbucks doesn't have them, I don't think.
No, I buy them at the Chinese market.
Really?
A couple of different ones. I can't find all 6 in one. I have to go to 2 different ones to get them. The green tea is by far.
Can you
the
order
best.
them online?
You can, yes. Now, pu'er and oolong are 2 of my more favorite. The green tea, I make sure I have every day. I go to a big pot of it every single day. But I do also.
You brew them together?
I do.
With green tea, you have to activate smoothies.
I can do smoothies, so I have no idea. I can't imagine
There's a
how-
green tea powder that you can get.
I can't imagine it not being able to come down. The problem that I have is the tea, if you're steeping it, certain things happen because of the temperature. But the powder into something and you're not increasing temperature, I don't know if the same molecule reacts.
I'm still an iced tea, something else on the outside that promotes kidney stones.
Oxalic acid is one of the primary causes of kidney stones. I don't know of anything in green tea that has that. Now, there may be other teas that they have some level. I think green tea, I know some people have an allergy to green tea, and they can actually get CPN for that. But I think more about green tea and last question.
So how did you go from Navy captain to this?
Nutrition guru.
Apart from normal work, my last company was Halliburton. I decided I was going to work for anybody anymore. I started looking at things and decided I needed to get a mentor. I ended up in the motivational speaking arena. I wrote a couple books. I was doing this across the country. And also my wife came down with breast cancer. And as I'm researching things to counter the side effects from the medicine she's taking. My first goal was chemistry. My first degree, but before I got a chance to practice it, I had to for Vietnam. And when I came back from Vietnam, I really didn't have the same level of proficiency to go into the chemical industry. So now all of a sudden, I can take my chemistry background, research what's going on, and there's a lot of information out there that just kind of wander around. And so now I'm using that knowledge of chemical reactions. It's called, take something real simple, like calcium in bones. Drink milk, it's from a bone fat. But you need calcium in bones, but you have to have calcium in a bioavailable form, which means not pill, not calcium absorption. But some kind of vegetable, if it's a pill, it has to be a calcium citrate or something. If you have magnesium, which most people don't, calcium is going to go where it needs to go. But if you have a deficiency, it's going to go in the toilet. Next thing you have to have is vitamin D3. If you don't have enough D3, it goes in the toilet. But if you have D3, as it's leaving the stomach, it goes into the duodenum, then it's pulled into the bloodstream. Okay, now you have calcium in the bloodstream. It's a double-edged sword. If you don't have enough vitamin K2, all of a sudden the calcium is going to be deposited in your blood vessels and arteries. You don't want that. So K2 has to get into your bones. Now, one of the beauties is K2 has several inoculums, MK4 is one of two found on most of the labels. MK4 is also a very good extractor of calcium from blood vessels and arteries and stuff. But that is a couple years ago, I had a heart catheterization because I had anxiety. Turns out I had a blockage. My body actually did a DIY or double bypass, like 2 random things my body created without surgery. But it didn't need extensive, it didn't need anything. But I'm in the process now of using vitamin K2 and K4 portion of it to slowly extract molecule by molecule the calcium plaque out of my body. I never have a problem with cholesterol. Most of the time, I total cholesterol is around 115 total, not the HDL, which is the total cholesterol. I would be turned out like too old. But anyway, so now I'm using vitamin K2 to correct the blockage. It's just one of those things I love. I don't know if you apply with that. Bill, I'm done. It's all yours.
One question, one more
Can
question.
we have more questions? I mean, if you got time.
Yes.
If you have time. Yeah. that's fine.
Could you define the difference between dementia and Alzheimer's?
Yeah.
Because it flipped around.
Oh, yeah. Dementia starts with D, Alzheimer's starts with A. What is the real answer? Dementia is a generic title for a lot of brain health issues. So you may have Huntington's, you may have Parkinson's, you may have Alzheimer's, but until you actually get in there and do an autopsy, in most cases people don't know. There's not a whole lot of good stuff that is clinically defined. You have Alzheimer's for sure, or you have some other level of dementia. It's actually some other defined in there. As things develop, Parkinson's has a certain direction of going. Huntington's has a certain direction. But dementia is a generic term that's applied to all of them. Alzheimer's has to be one that as you get further along, then some tests can help to find out.
What is vascular Alzheimer's?
Now you're starting to get into a level that you're looking at inside the cell walls, particularly when you're starting to get into the neuron. We talk about the neurofibrillary tangles. Now you're starting to talk about that, the vascular system, not just the neurons at the end. Now you're talking about the vascular system preventing the blood flow from getting to the neurons.
In your research, have you ever come across any sort of relationship between Alzheimer's, dementia, and hoarding disorder or anything like that? Hoarding, you know, where like people will hoard animals or hoard stuff in their house.
Like, yeah, like.
Have you ever come across that research as being related in any way? No, I was just curious.
No, that was new for me.
Okay.
It's almost like an OCD is what I look at the hoarding is.
So your assignment, Red, is to find out.
We need something to blame it on.
The thing is, if you have an Alzheimer's situation, you're not gonna remember where things are anyway.
Right.
And after a while, you don't care where they're at. So I don't know if it would be one, but maybe in the early stages, there might be some, but I think she hit on the head. OCD is more of a personality trait.
Yeah.
Now, is that a brain issue? Probably, because
Some sort of chemical imbalance.
yeah, Brain and Meat Bill are two books I reference a lot in my writings. And ADD, ADHD, depression, anxiety, those are all things controlled by sugar in the brain. That sugar, a lot of stuff, particularly in kids. There's a lot of studies, take sugar out of their diet for 30 days, they no longer need Ritalin, they don't need all that stuff disappears. And the same thing, depression. And we probably have too much sugar in the brain, and it's causing mental distress, anxiety. So as you start looking at what can I do, again, I'll go back to balanced nutrition. The Paul's protocol has very few carbohydrates, other than carbohydrates and spinach and various other vegetables. You don't have pasta and rice and potatoes and sugar in that particular diet. You had my Wall's protocol salad.
Unbelievable, they're so good.
It's just a salad, and it was a meal in itself.
You didn't even need dressing, it's so good.
What was the recipe?
Yes.
Real quickly,
that you said mentioned?
brain is in grains, wheat grain, and wheat belly.
Thank you.
Because now you have another thing, we talked about
Inflammation.
sugar, the protein that's in wheat. I'll think of just a second. It creates a lot of problems, particularly in the gut.
I have
Gluten.
gluten sensitivity.
Gluten sensitive. Gluten has a molecule affects another molecule in the gut. Zonulin. Zonulin's whole purpose in life is to open up microscopic holes in the gut so that the nutrients from your eating passes through into the bloodstream, goes through your immune system and into the bloodstream. 80% of your immune system is in your gut. So as it passes through, that's the normal. When gluten gets down there, and same thing in the brain, causes a lot of excitotoxicity. Gluten causes zonulin to overgrow. Now all of a sudden, instead of a tiny hole, get big holes, and a lot of undigested toxins and everything else pass into the body. I think there's at least 130 autoimmune diseases caused by a lot of problems from the gut. Now, if you can control that by eliminating gluten, eliminating other things, now all of a sudden you don't have that zonulin overgrowth. You're not getting the body constantly attacked by something. You eat 6 meals a day, all of a sudden its holes are open all day long. Just a lot of issues there. It's a lot of balance. But in regard to gluten in the brain is one that's just take them off of we take them off of that kind of stuff. And there's other things out there that are alternatives. But gluten, I can go into one. There was another slide I had that I can show over there. Gluten is a major problem for some people when you start getting into brain issues, but it's more depression, anxiety, ADD than it is in Alzheimer's. But left alone by itself, it's now inflammatory and you end up in the oxidative stress category. Yeah, absolutely.
What about what certain diets, like a keto diet? Is that something that you would recommend?
I was on an Atkins diet for many years, lost lots of weight, kept it off, had no problem staying less than 10 grams a day of carbs, enjoyed just wonderful. I lived in Germany for a couple of years, go down to Italy, pig out for a weekend, come back 12 pounds heavier. 10, 12 days to lose that weight. It's all border weight.
Yeah.
But on the issue is I came back and I discovered, I've been a runner for years. It's probably why I had 2 extra veins in my heart to take up that extra weightlifter. Anyway, all of a sudden, I did my very first, probably about 2000, 2001, took my very first bone density test. I lost the opinion and figure out why. Well, it turns out that when your pH of your body is acidic, it leaches calcium from the bones to get into the bloodstream to maintain the pH of the bloodstream at around 7.4, plus or minus a very small amount. So all of a sudden for years, because of the foods I chose on that Atkins diet, which is very similar to keto, my body was in severe acidosis. Everything I was eating was acidic. I was eating nothing that was basic. Proteins, fats, carbs are all acidic. Breathing, exercise, just normal metabolism is acidic. Fruits and vegetables are alkaline. So you have to have more fruits and vegetables than you have everything else in your diet. So if you have enough fruits and vegetables, why the Wall's protocol diet is almost all fruits and vegetables. Now I may throw in a little cheese, I may throw in a little chicken or something, but most of it is. So when I take my pH, I take my pH is fine at 7.4. I got that up. So I take my pH generally once, maybe twice a day, depending on what's going on. It's just a little piece of paper you touch your tongue with the control of the paper. But when you're on a keto diet, yeah, your insulin's under control because you're really not using it, which is great. If it was purpose to get on it, to lose weight, to become less insulin sensitive, that may be a very good option. But unless now keto diet's really a lot of fat, so you're looking at a lot of acid getting into the body. It tastes great. That fat tastes wonderful. But when you're keeping it long term, I'm talking long term, a year or something like that, now you may start shifting your body, leaching calcium out of the bones. And that's one of the things they don't tell you in any of the Atkins books I've read, about half a dozen of the later checks on the latest ones. They still don't talk about acidosis. But in the keto books, they don't talk about it either. But if you don't keep your pH above 7.4, which means more fruits and vegetables. Now on the fruits, the vegetables, leafy green vegetables, as many as you possibly handle. On the fruits and vegetables, they want the color to go all the way through. So in other words, a blueberry, great, best things you have. Eggplant, no, because the color doesn't go all the way through. So it has to be a color going all the way through. And berries are some of the best because they're extremely low in sugar, but they provide so many polyphenols that it's just amazing. So in that particular case, a keto diet with a lot of veggies, a lot of fruit, might be an ideal way to counter some of that. But if you really want to know for sure, Go down to the store, buy some, or order online, as Marion suggested many times. Order pH paper. It's just a little bit touchy, you take a look at the color compared to the, okay. But if you're consistently below 7, you're probably leaching calcium out of your bones, and you may have an osteoporosis issue later down the road. Again, if you don't know what's causing something, it's kind of hard to take action. Great question.
Yeah, well, thank you, Rick. Very good.
One last question.
It's not a question. I know that everybody here is like, wow, you gave us a lot of information. He has a blog he writes every single day. Be sure and look him up, Red Bluff, and you can find him online, just type them in. And he has 2 books. Do you have any with you, Greg? If you'd like a book, he can sign it for you today. They're only $20 a piece.
Not here to sell it, but if you would like it.
He's not selling it.
Disclaimer.
I'm letting everybody know
Wasn't
that
the purpose.
because you gave us so much information.
Yeah,
in
it was
such a short
excellent.
period of time.
No, I know, that's all right. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for coming and educating us.
Well, thank you. Yes.
Give us a lot to think about.
Any questions online? We didn't ask, but.
Yeah, I just thought about that. Just I did not ask.
See, you got to be here. You got to get here.
Going once.
Going twice.
Okay, no questions online.
All right, well, very good.
I have a testimonial.
Okay.
Share it away.
Well, I was gonna say, can I do like a
Of course you can.
5-minute thing about the seniors?
Yes.
Since we have a few guests here that may not understand what we're all about.
Absolutely.
And there are some flyers up there, rack cards, if you'd like one. You can take as many as you want and pass them out to whoever you think might need them. Doctor's offices, community centers, assisted living communities, you name it, right? So I'm gonna give you a 5-minute background about the senior state country and how we got started. I know most of you guys have heard this many times, but our mission really is to bridge the gaps in the senior service industry. And the reason why we say that is because when a family goes through a crisis and all of a sudden they need some help, there's a ton of information out there, but how do you connect all the dots? And how do you find the best trusted, caring service providers? So we started several years ago. I started it because in real estate, I was helping a family that needed help. They were selling their mom and dad's home. Mom and dad needed to go to assisted living. They needed assisted living. They needed legal help. They needed financial help. They needed movers. They needed estate sales. They needed all these things. I said, Bill, is there any place we can call and get all these things that we can trust? We don't really have the time. We're all working adults. We don't have the time to go research everything. There's so much out there. So anyway, I thought about it for a couple of years, researched it, didn't find anything that I envisioned. And so I started with about 9 people back in February 2019, so it'll be coming on 3 years, and it's grown ever since. Never would have expected it, but it's because there's a need for that. And so that's what we're all about. You know, we're doing a lot of things to grow the whole group, and we do the marketing for everybody. And that's because really, and it is a membership organization because the members wanted us to grow. And that's why we've grown so much. So never really envisioned going this far with it, but now that there's a need, there's a demand, we'll keep on going. So that's what we're all about. I can ask or answer any questions that you have later on. So with that, testimonials. Marion.
Yeah, I had a friend call me. She was online earlier. I'm not sure where she went, but she dropped off. Her name is Lady Lou. And Lady Lou was telling me that one of her friends and somebody I know for many years, probably 25 years, she has Parkinson's. And she, I don't know why, but she's gone downhill in a very short period of time. So she can qualify for hospice. Now, most people wouldn't know that. I mean, she was walking, talking, driving 2 weeks ago. And now.
That's my first question every time we talk about this.
Yeah, she's been to the doctor. She's got Parkinson's, but it just went downhill in a very short period of time. So I called Monica from MedCore Hospice. Thank you, Monica. And within 2 days, she had everything taken care of. She made sure she qualified. She didn't qualify, because she's got different things going on, but she was able to get her into hospice and get her the care that she needs immediately. I was so impressed. Thank you, Monica.
Thank you for thinking of me. That's one of the things that I've found about this organization so far, is that we're so supportive of each other to help find, resolve for these seniors. And it happens so quick. We can reach out to people who know exactly what they're doing, and they can help seniors in any situation. So I'm, so empowered with this group, just knowing that I have so many resources. Every time I think of something, I run into someone that doesn't need hospice care, but they need a home health person, or they need legal counsel, or, any number of things. They just need equipment for their home. There's someone in this group that will do it, and they are very responsive. So I'm so honored and so blessed to be a part of this organization so far. Just have loved it, and hope I'm able to help as anybody that needs it. It's been great. Thank you, Marion.
Anybody else? Gosh, quiet. Come on. Well, I think Monica hit on another point that I failed to mention, is that really our goal is to have every service that we could find that families will need, right? Right now, I think when I was looking at this, I figured around 35, give or take, different service categories for seniors. Believe it or not, there's a lot of them. And so the whole goal is to get at least 35. And we actually have 2 per category for the group in each chapter, which I can talk about a little bit more, but because we want to give families choices, not just one choice, right? We're not a traditional networking group where we have one person and you're just referring to them. We really want, and we're not about referrals. Our primary purpose is to educate and be a resource and solutions for seniors and families first, and provide options for them. So I think it's great. I've had families that were thinking about moving because their mom, dad need to move into assisted living. It's like, well, have you looked at maybe a reverse mortgage where you can stay in your home? So Alan's here, that would be a perfect spot. It's great at educating folks about a reverse mortgage. Maybe that's not the best option, but then you can bring in a financial planner and look at their finances and see. Bring in the legal counsel and see, okay, you have everything already set. So that's the whole point, is to have everybody here, as many services as possible. Troy Williams, who's one of our members, he's a assisted living locator with, Lori still on there?
No.
He's gone. Anyway, similar to Lori, he's up in the Northwest side, and I love the way he says he's a puzzle master, and we're his pieces. And I think that's great, because that's what he tells his clients. I've got all these pieces of the puzzle that you're gonna need. I'm just kind of the guy that you can come to, and I'm gonna help you get what you need. So enough of my sermon. Any other testimonies? Anything I'd like to say? Would anybody like to do a more extensive introduction of yourself? Since we did it pretty quickly.
Trying to know what should we say?
All right, well, with that then, Christmas holiday event coming up December 9th here, right? 11:30 to 1:30.
Was that what you decided?
What we said?
Yes, it is. I have it
Just
on my
say yes,
calendar. Yes.
We're going to send out some information about that, but basically we're going to, you guys here are doing a Christmas tree auction, right? So we're going to decorate a Christmas tree. The group, Senior State Concierge group. So hopefully everybody can make it. And what we're going to ask is, depending on your last name, bring either red, white, or blue bulbs, because we're going to do a red, white, blue tree based on our logo, which is red, white, and blue. And then we're going to auction off. Also bring some items for APS and what was the other charity?
So Brookdale's purchasing the trees, and we're asking sponsors to decorate, which Senior State Concierge Group has agreed to do. We will do a silent auction on December 16th. And then the proceeds of all the different trees, I've got about 12 sponsors total. The proceeds will be split up between the Alzheimer's Association and Adult Protective Services.
And then, so if you do bring in also, I don't know, are we asking people to bring in a donation also? So then, on this, there's a flyer over here with some of the needed items that Adult Protective Services really needs for the seniors of Houston, that are, I'm gonna say vulnerable adults. And so if you wanted to bring in one of those items, then I would take them and deliver them directly to the Adult Protective Services resource rooms. And so that is our way of,
They can bring it to the party.
Bring it to the party, and I'll pick it up from here and drop it off to APS. So that is our way of being able to come together, celebrate for a good cause, and give back with almost no effort.
So put it on your calendar.
December 9th here.
December 9th here.
Yes.
11:30.
You will get an email.
Yeah, you'll get an
You
invitation
will,
if you're
but
a member.
If you're here, you can put it on your calendar now.
No, 11:30 to 1:30.
We are also looking for some sponsors for food. Right?
Yes.
So if any of y'all would like to sponsor, so
Sponsor
that we
lunch
can have a
party.
lunch along with that. So it's our holiday event, so please try to make it and, enjoy the season. Okay, and provide for a good cause. We've done this before, well, obviously not last year. But,
Right, well, no, we did do it
Oh, that's
last year.
right,
We did it
that's
at the
right.
Heights,
Yeah,
and we
a small
donated the
one.
items to APS. Now, we didn't do a Christmas tree last year, but
Right.
we did have some donations were able to be made to APS on our behalf, so.
Right, that's right. We did it 2019, 2020. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we were able
So
to do it.
if you
So-
do not receive the email, let me know, because it'll tell you your last name and what color of ornament you're supposed to bring. Yes. What is that email? It's every Tuesday and every Friday. Are you receiving them?
Yes,
But the one for the
Oh, this one, okay. So-
Soon.
Yeah.
It'll be soon, yeah.
It'll be next week.
Yeah, yeah,
Before,
probably Monday.
before Thursday.
Yeah.
Before Thanksgiving. Okay. We will get it out. Okay, a couple other things. Chapter or organization wide, so visitors, if you don't want to listen, you don't have to. If you want to leave, we don't want you. But if you want to, you can. We're thinking next year, and the members, you can raise your hand, yay or nay, whatever. We're thinking about going back to 2 meetings a month, even though we have the 3 chapters. We have the Central, Northwest, and Southwest. Most of you know, right now, we're meeting the first Thursday is the Northwest, second Thursday is the Southwest, third Thursday is Central. But we're not getting as much participation in the meetings, okay? We're getting Zoom, but we're not getting as many people at the meeting. So we're thinking going back to twice a month like we did when we first started at the ranch office. I don't know if it'll be at the ranch or somewhere else. But it just seemed much more conducive. Number one, it's only 2 meetings a month. And we got more people coming. It was a lot more conducive to the energy and the networking. We will do some networking, obviously, with each other if we have to. So that's what we're thinking, going back to 2 a month, second and fourth Thursday of the month at a 1 central location. The downside is if you're on the Northwest side, you're gonna have to come in twice a month if you can. But the upside is it's less meetings, and I think we'll get more people at the meetings. That's the goal, so that we can do more face-to-face live networking. So, members, yay? Nay? Wait, nay. That was the wrong hand, Elizabeth, so too bad.
So hold on, I'm sorry, go back. What day did you say?
Wait.
It would be the second and fourth Thursdays. That's what we
Okay.
used to do.
Okay.
And also probably earlier,
I could do
maybe
the
8 to
fourth.
9
Oh, then I
or
can.
something like that, or 7:30 to 8:30 or something.
Where's the location?
We're not sure yet. And when I'm done, and limiting it to 1 hour instead of an hour and a half. So if it's 8 to 9, I'll be there at 7:30, or Marion will, and you can come in early, network, and then we'll do a 1 hour meeting, so we're not taking as much time. You can move on with your day.
So are you still though wanting to have the memberships section by territory, or is that going away?
No, good question. No, we will still keep the separate chapters, and we're still going to grow to Southeast and Northeast and Woodlands Conroe eventually. But as far as the meetings, we're just going to do two meetings a month. So when you come to the meeting, it's like, I'm in the Southeast side or the Northwest side, Southwest side, whatever you're in.
And on the website, it will be set.
And the website is already set up like that. If you haven't been on the website to look at it, you can. It's still definitely a work in progress. But I would encourage you all to look on the website and see if your information's on there or not on there. And if it's not, send us an email and let us know. We'll get it on there. But what we've done on the, and I can show it to you if you'd like. Yes. Anyway, sure. Thank you, Wayne.
Bill,
Yes, ma'am.
Lori, I know Lori and I on the second Thursday have a meeting that would conflict, so Lori and I would not be there for the second.
Maybe we can do it.
We could do the 9:30 still, which is I think what we had voted last time, because the earlier meetings, we've already got other meetings that morning.
Okay, well, maybe we'll do a first and third or something like that, but if that helps. I know we're not going to please everybody all the time. So, but we're going to try to accommodate as many as we can.
This is a membership meeting today, right?
No, this is well,
Next week.
membership is as far as what do you mean?
Well,
They're all membership
I have
meetings,
the
so.
logistics, okay, I understand. So some groups have a attendance requirement in order to make pay.
I've never done that.
We're not gonna have an attendance requirement.
I mean, it's like any kind of.
No.
It's not like B&I.
It's not a network,
it's not gonna say-
as I always say, we're not a networking group primarily, we're primarily a resource and solutions organization. Will you network? Yes, because that's what you need to do. The more times that you show your face or can show your face, the better. We'll still do a hybrid for a while, but hopefully by the end of next year, maybe the middle of next year, we can get to it. Just, because I just think it's so much more effective for building relationships and the trust, because that's what it's about between us, and so that we can help families. I was gonna say something else along that, but I forgot.
You're gonna show us something on the computer.
I was. Let me show you the website. Maybe.
All that Mac.
I know. Here we go. All right. Everybody can see that now?
Yes.
So again, I mean, this is version 1 of our website, actually 1.2, if you will. And the 1.2 part of it, everybody's seen the website? Yeah? Okay. The members anyway? Okay, good. Or maybe everybody else. If you're not a member, that's the website, seniorstateconcierge.com. In theory, you should be able to go out there. Even if you're not part of the organization and you need help for somebody, in theory, you should be able to go out there and find the services, find the members' information out there, okay? It's being worked on, but the things that we've added that you'll see is locations. So now we have central, southwest, and northwest locations. We're working on now, whoever's in each chapter, to put their information so that an end user can go out there, they go to the website, and they go, oh, this is great. We see all these services, right? They can go in there and they can see all the services. And also they can scroll down, and they're all down there. They say, okay, well, we're kind of in the Cypress area, Tomball. We want to go to the northwest side, and then they can go up the northwest. And it'll be very similar, but you'll have the logo here that shows that it is in the northwest. And then they can also find the services.
Okay.
So we're working on getting everybody's information. Again, I would encourage you to go out there, take a look at it. If you click on one of the links and your information's out there, send us an email. We're working on, me and Becky are doing an audit, the whole thing in there, and going through and doing an audit. But if you guys can help us, that would be great. And then the other thing is the senior resources. So all the events, Marian's going to be putting up all the community content, events, speakers, and meetings. So eventually we'll hopefully have a calendar there and a way to register for the meeting so that we can come.
We're in the southeast, so we would love to be represented on the website. How could we help facilitate that and get other student people in that area?
Well, once we get a southeast group
because we're gonna be meeting like that.
Well,
maybe-
that's true
maybe
too, that's
it's
right,
easier
yeah,
to
yeah.
have some.
We won't need it, you're right. I'm still in the mind frame of
Yeah.
going every meeting. So yeah, we can get one started.
We'd like to.
Okay. Yeah, in Northeast, because Shauna's up in the Northeast and she knows, well, she's expanded, but she's been.
And we could still come to the
Yeah.
generalized meetings, but it would be great for us to, since we are members, to be listed there.
Absolutely. Yep. Yep. We'll do that. All right, so that's mainly the stuff that we've added on there. And then again, and oh, well, the other thing is, that you, let me see if I can reduce these guys. So there's a member login up here in the top right. Okay, and that's where you go in, you can put all your information in there, your bio, your picture. That's where you put payment information, all that good stuff. You need help navigating that, let us know. It's really not hard. Click on that. You have a login, password in your email, and then you can go in there and information. The other thing is, go back to the main site. And again, this is not perfect, but we're working on it. There's an online application. So if you know somebody that wants to join, you've already talked to them about it, and they're like, yes, have them just go online and they can join you on the application. All here and there. So thank you for wanting to start that Southeast group, because I know we've been talking about it for a while. We'll get that going in the Northeast and Woodlands, Conroe. So, questions? No? So I can't really say whether there's a test of your good fit. I think, well, it kind of brings up a good point. So we have primary members, full members, which are really kind of those that work primarily with the senior community, 80% roughly or more. Most of your business is senior focused. Then we have affiliate members, which may be like a life insurance guy. Joel, I know you do that as well, but someone that just focuses on life insurance, or just, or maybe a roofer, or a lawn care guy, or a handyman who doesn't do just seniors, but they do all kinds of handyman work, right? Those would be affiliate. I would say it's really, we can talk about it if you feel like you're a good fit. What we do is do background checks on all the members, so they're all vetted, and then I'll do an interview and make sure that your goal and your mission being here is aligned with our mission. And that is to help seniors and families, not just come in and get more business. Right? That's what we don't want people selling. We want people to be a resource and help. Does that kind of answer your question? I mean, I think if you want, you could talk to some of the other members and ask them what they think about it. Right now, it's a $200 application fee, which covers, and actually, if you sign up today, we're going to reduce it to $100. I'm not trying to sound like a sales pitch, because I don't want to do that. You're here, you attended, so you know what, we'll work with you. I'm not, I don't sell it to anybody. I'm not trying to sell it. It's either you get the whole idea and the mission, or you don't. That's the way I look at it. It's $50 a month, and the $200 application fee pays for administrative costs and the vetting background check. Okay. But if you want to talk
Excuse me, I have to go. Y'all enjoy your time.
All right.
Finish up here. I've got another meeting I gotta get to.
Okay.
And Bill, you and I will catch up soon.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
So yeah, I won't keep you guys much more. Any other questions? Oh, please.
Some of the things that Bill didn't mention that is
Sure.
happening, okay, and you just don't see it yet because the website's still in process, but we're doing videos. And all of those videos are going to be up on the website being shown. And depending on, exactly what you're talking about, whether it's you or you're doing a testimonial for the group, or you're doing a testimony for somebody else, or it's all about you, it's on YouTube, it's on LinkedIn, it's on Facebook, and it's on our website. So it's going to not only help us grow as a group, but it's also going to help you, because you're going to be showing up, when you type in your name on Google, you're going to see yourself. Oh my God, I'm on YouTube. Oh, So it's going to really, really help. So please sign up to make sure that you get your videos done, and you decide what you want to do. You can have any kind of video you want. I'm willing to meet you at your location. I'm willing to meet you on Zoom. Doesn't matter where it is. So I know you can't really see that yet because it's been a kind of a slow process, but it is going to happen, and we're working on it. It's a thing. Videos are very important to Google. So another thing that we're doing is the Speakers Bureau. So people are starting to sign up. We've got a couple of people already signed up, and we're gonna really push. Come January, you're gonna see all of this take place. It's gonna be there. So get up there, call me with your news, your awards, anything that you have. Make sure I know about it so that we can blog about it. We're gonna have a blog as well. So it's all good.
Yeah. I mean, it's part of the, all the money, the fees that are collected are going right back into the organization. And other than pay for management and website designers and stuff like that. We're not a nonprofit, but I like to say we're a not-for-profit because we're not here to make a profit. We don't charge end users, consumers that call us. So we're not here for the senior state concierge itself to make money. Okay. And we'd like to think that you get a lot of value. And that was the whole reason why in 2019, when we got the membership just increased so much because good service providers were telling other ones, hey, you got to come here and look at this group. It's a great group and it's great service. And so we said, well, in order for us to grow and get a website and do all this, we're going to have to start charging a monthly fee. And that's what we did. So, but the money's going back into it. So, okay. Any other questions, comments? Yeah, I got energy today. You guys are. Well, Red, thank you again for being here. I appreciate it. And yeah, it was great.
Chairman, say aye.
Yes, all right. Earlier drink. Thank you all very much for your time. Again, appreciate it.
I'm not, something's not. You gotta Very good. I saw you.
Earlier.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that. My phone number's right there. Oh, that's, Bill. Yeah, you just let Bill back. Yeah, ask Bill, he's got it.
I use slides as for people, I talk about, based on. Slides are up there. Slides. Slides, not necessarily. There's a lot of things. So slides, I'm not interested in telling a story. Show me what you think would be an improvement.
Yeah, just let me know. Set a time, either in person or See you later. Can't complain about that. No, we can't.
I need to get down to extract.
Getting a copy. Yeah.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Gosh, if you need a copy of that.
No, I already did.
Okay.
I already downloaded it. Yep. So sorry about that. Okay. I never even said goodbye to all the folks online. Shame on me. Gosh.
Are they still online?
Probably not. Let's see. No.
Okay.
Shame on me. Can't remember everything.
Well, I do have one comment.
Yes, sir.
My brother-in-law is kind of hospice. There was a private home in the middle of a residential area that was set up specifically as a hospice place. You walk in, it's beautiful, extra wide doors for gurneys to go through. The thing is set up. I was blown away by the 24-hour nurse one. I'm guessing that the nurse is home is really probably in the garage, maybe two, I don't know. But I asked hospice nurses around, I said, hey, you know what that? No, never heard of it. But that to me, if I wanted to start a business, that, I don't know if there's restrictions off the residential areas, but you had extra wide patio in the back, so you could actually wheel people out of the wheelchair, have a nice afternoon family.
There are a lot of parking. They're called care homes. And I know several people, not really well, but I know of several people that have done that. And they rent a home as residential, like I think 5 or 6 bedroom home, whatever, and that's what they do. And I don't know how it works out with the HOA and all that, but
I don't know what qualifications or certifications you have to offer that kind of thing, what modifications to the home. There's a lot of issues there. You don't want the ambulances coming in and out at all different hours too. So there's issues, but with Alzheimer's patients, it's generally not a 2 o'clock in the morning situation. Hospice, possibly, but that can always be if you're dealing with hospice only, that's a Medicare issue in most cases, so you know you're gonna get paid.
Right.
But anyway, I was just like.
No, it is a good idea, whether it's specifically to hospice or Alzheimer's or just general continuous care.
Because you want to turn the beds over.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. You know, Alzheimer's patients be there for.
Could be a long time.
Yeah, hospice typically is less than 2 months.
But even if you have like what they call CCRC, continuous care retirement community, so like an Eagles Nest or Eagles Trace, whatever they call it, is a CCRC. You buy a spot, and then that way you've got all the care you need when you're done. You know, so as you get older and you have other things there. So even if you set up a care home as the CCRC, that's a possibility too. That way you've got a bed full for a while, right?
Which is one of the things, if I was inclined to do that, I think take a small business administration, here's my plan.
Yeah.
That might be something that if that was available and people know about it and they walk in the door and they're blown away because of
how nice it is.
Oh, how nice.
And it's more personal care.
It's super personal care. And the family there now, was there an extra bed for somebody sleeping there? I don't know. But all I know is I'm walking in.
You could probably have, you could probably say, well, you want an individual room or you need a shared room, so you can charge more for an individual room and have another bed for a maybe. So I agree. There's actually a real estate agent whose organization, she's been in since almost the beginning. Her name's Dawn Green. And that was one of her aspirations, was to open up one of those. I don't know how far she's gotten. It's been a while since I've talked to her about it. She was an accountant and a real estate agent, so she didn't have a lot of extra time. But she has stayed in the group. I kept telling her, Dawn, you know, your goal is to care home, but you're able to keep on paying and stay in the group. You know, what I want to it's great. So yeah.
Brand new home, you can design it.
Yeah.
Extra wide. Ramps, all that. But to rehabilitate an older home, it has to be a single story.
Most likely.
If you have a large bid, a large master room, then there's ways to get the plumbing issues, but.
The best thing is if you can find a place, like my brother lives out in Cyprus, and he's got probably about an acre, and he built his own home, 1 story. If you can find something like that, where you can either build a home or find an older home and renovate it, and be able to expand it, and put some extra buildings on the back of an acre or something like that, that's kind of the ideal kind of spot.
Anyway, I just mentioned, because I have to say, I was super.
Yeah, that's good.
And I appreciate the opportunity to speak today. Thank you.
I really appreciate you being here.
And
You're a
your attention, so much.
Very interested in engineering. We don't sell our services here. But anyway, it's okay. Really appreciate it. I know your time's valuable, so and I hope that you can let other people know about us too, as you're out there.
Alan wants to, so I'm gonna go there and get those.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Take care.
You bet.
Bye, Red.
Love you, Mark.
Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, so that's the deal. 3 of us are gonna work on. Oh, I know, right? Yeah. Hey, Bill, before you, end this.